Good morning. Good morning. It's a little early. I know. I said noon, and I started at 12:45. I've been up for about an hour now. I slept in. Yeah, I slept in. My audio should be working. I think I checked it. Yeah, everything's working. Yeah. So we're gonna finish this baby blanket today, or at least really try. We only have 4 rows left to go after this one. And 2 of the rows are like super simple. They're like, the next row will be like a bunch of half double crochet, and then the row after that is a bunch of single crochet. And then the last 2 rows might be a little putsy, but we've got all day to work on this. So let's do it. And then hopefully, depending on how long this takes to make or to finish up, we will, what was I going to say? We will start a personal project just to give me a break from baby stuff. I'll start working on the pineapple, and we'll probably finish the pineapple tomorrow. There was part of me that was like, we should do the pineapple today because it's actually that streamer's birthday. But yeah, that's a different, we can just do it tomorrow, or we'll start it today and we'll finish it tomorrow. It depends. It depends on how long this blanket takes to make or to finish up. I'll be impressed if I do finish this blanket today because I started it exactly a week ago. So the fact that it took me a week to make this is really impressive. And it sounds like my partner is running the laundry for some reason, so, which is fine. I need to do a load of laundry too, so I'll probably do that during stream today or tomorrow. Probably today. Run some laundry. Run a couple loads. Anyway, hello. I don't know what I'm going to talk about today because, like, I did a stream last night. But I only did a 2.5 hour stream last night. Friday streams are really interesting for me because I what was I gonna say? I'm so tired by the end of the week. So, and today we're doing a cozy stream. I am in my pajamas. Not that you guys can really tell because my shirt looks like a regular shirt today. It doesn't have like a ton of print on it. It does have something on the front, like right here. You guys can see it on the crop cam. But here we are working on this. I had breakfast. My partner suggested we order breakfast this morning. We only ordered Dunkin' because I really wanted my drink, and I had a small sandwich. And one of my breaks will have a donut because I only had the hash browns and the small sandwich. I don't really eat big meals for breakfast anyway. So my vertigo is usually pretty touchy in the morning. Don't know why, but it's weird. And I get like basically morning sickness. Today was pretty fine, but so yeah. I hope this ball of yarn that I have here is enough for the rest of the blanket. I think it might be because I really don't want to jump into the other half of the yarn for color reasons. But if I have to, it's fine. I'm doing like an extended amount of this pink section. So there should be a little bit of white and then transition. It'll be fine. I actually don't remember how the cake looked. So I know it ends with the dark pink again. So, I think. I don't remember. We'll see. It'll look really nice. So. I think this is round 2. Side 2. Not round. It is round 2, but it's only side 2 of the blanket. So, but we'll get through this pretty quickly. Like I said, this row is just single crochets and chains. The next row is just half double crochet. The row after that's single crochet, and then we move into the shells, which will take a little bit of time. But this row and the next 2 should go relatively painlessly. I don't have to stop and count as much as I would for like the shells. I will, but I'll only have to count to 12 for the shells. So, and it's only, I'm looking at the chart, round 5 is the only shells. Thank you. This is the Lion Brand. Should have the other cake somewhere. I only needed 2 cakes, but this is the yarn. This is the Lion Brand Mandala bonus bundle in Meowth. So I wish I used this one because the center pole is right there. I'm probably going to buy some more of this to make myself a blanket. So I'll probably buy more of these cakes for me to make myself a personal blanket later. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So the pattern is Wisteria Fisher from Hooked on Sunshine. I started this blanket exactly a week ago, and I'm on the end of the blanket, so I have about 4 rows left to go, 4.5 rows. So this is the center of it. It's a very simple blanket, considering like the rest of her blankets are really complex. So this one is pretty easy. Pattern is really well written too. So yeah, it's a really pretty pattern. Yeah. So so these, obviously this is not a very big blanket. It's a baby blanket. The only reason this has worked up fast is this week was a little different for my schedule. Also, I have to take my afternoon meds, or my noon meds. Actually, I probably should hold off on it, but I'll take them anyways. So the only reason this blanket has only taken a week to make is I spent 18 and a half hours in meetings this week, and then I also had all of Wednesday off and half a day on Friday. So I had more time this week to crochet than I usually do. So that was kind of nice. Like I wasn't having to focus on work for a day and a half. So I was able to get a good chunk of crocheting done during that time. So that's the only reason this got done as fast as it did, or will have been done as fast as it was. There are some other small things I'm making for this one. So I'm actually, it's not during work lulls, I'm actually crocheting during meetings. Is worse, I think. With the fact that I have a really good mic that has really good sound canceling, like background noise canceling, I can leave my mic open and it doesn't echo. I mean, I could also put headphones on it and it wouldn't echo, but I can leave my mic open and it won't echo, so I can just chime into meetings at work while my hands are busy. So it helps me keep my focus during these long meetings as well. Because my job is a lot of meetings and a lot of spreadsheets. So when I'm working on spreadsheets, I obviously am not crocheting. So, yeah. So that helps, is like I crocheted during the meetings, and then I was had time off. I had Wednesday off because my partner had a scope done and was going under anesthesia. And so I had to transport him, and like even on Wednesday we went out for breakfast after his surgery, or after his procedure, and then we also went shopping for a little bit. Like we drove across the cities to go to a comic and game store and spent some time there. So, and then I streamed for a while. So I had more time this week than I usually do. And this pattern was far easier than I thought it would be. That also has something to do with it. Like it wasn't, there's a lot of single and half double crochet in this. So that helps. But it's a really pretty pattern. I wouldn't say this is going to be my go-to for blankets, for like baby blankets, but it's a good option. So yeah, the border is on round 2 of 6. Yeah, it wasn't. I am working on another 2 others of her patterns. I have another baby blanket, so I'm kind of in baby blanket purgatory. I have 4 baby blankets to make so far this year. The other one I'm doing is the Mixology, and I'm doing it in a super fine gradient yarn. So that one's taking a little bit longer. This one is, yeah, a pretty easy one. This isn't one of her more popular patterns, but I've had it in my pattern. I have almost all of her patterns. So the other one is the Mixology, which the only problem I have with the Mixology is Thor and Phoenix I did not pay for. I got them during the crochet along, so I have them in parts. So my pattern app that I use for like row counting and stuff has like 7-8 files for one pattern right now. It's a little insane, but I am on the second to last section of the Mixology for that baby blanket, so that one will also is working up faster than I thought it would. It is a little bit more complex, and I am using like a very thin yarn. So, but yeah, I love her patterns for blankets. They're really nice. I'm also working on bubble loops. I started it during the crochet along. Yeah, so I've made Phoenix, and then I have used Phoenix a couple of times in pieces. Like I said, I have bubble loops going. I'm pretty far in. I think I'm on part 8. I just need to finish it. It's been on my to-do list for a while. Still, like, I can see it underneath my desk in the bin. I've done Phoenix. I entered Phoenix into a county fair a few years ago. I did not win. I think I got docked for the color choices I used because I used a really bright yarn. I used, I think, Troll from Mandala. There's part of me that wants to make myself a blanket out of this particular colorway, except this colorway isn't my color style. So I might just keep the other one for like a small baby blanket. And then make myself one out of like gradient cakes. Like gradient yarn cakes. Like the four ply yarn. That's what the other blanket is out of. I could always pull that one out and show you guys, but I've done part of four, like up to a certain point for a baby blanket last year for my brother. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year for my brother. And then I've done, I did Little Prince Charming for my brother, or not my brother, my partner, excuse me. Ooh, what a friggin' slip. So for my partner, I made Little Prince Charming last year, or no, 2 years ago when we moved, because our living room was teal and black. So I made him a matching Afghan that I actually was using last night. It was really nice. I also used the mandala yarn for that. Last year I did something insane with her patterns. I did one of those mashups that were popular in her Facebook group, except I modified it like super heavily, and I entered it into the state fair, and it ended up being a king size blanket, which was not the intention, but it was the only one. It was the only way I could get the math to work. And two, this is the more important part, I made a grave error in terms of my hook size, because I was making an Afghan for my mom to send for, basically she was going to buy an RV. She wanted a little lapgan for when she was traveling. And I took the New Beginnings, and then I did 3 repeats of Marnie's Garden. But when I would do the clusters for that certain section with the 3 rows of clusters, I changed them to puffs, which was fine. I don't mind doing puff stitches, actually. But I used, for this DK weight yarn, I used a 5.5 millimeter hook. That's where I effed up. I did it because I did this intentionally, I should stress. Now this blanket I'm doing in a 4.5 millimeter with the same type of yarn. So I did this, I did it in a 5.5 because I wanted it open, like very open and airy. And then I did the Phoenix border at the end on it. So it turned out really pretty. My mom ended up not buying the RV. She ended up buying a trailer home in a senior park. Sounds terrible, but so she actually ended up painting and decorating her entire new house around that blanket I made her with the colors and everything. I have pictures of it on her bed. Like, it fit my king size. It was like a bedspread for my king size bed, and she has a queen size bed, and it hangs over almost to the floor, and she loves it. She says it's super warm and cozy, but I messed up, and I was like, the only way I can get this idea to work in my head, and it was my state fair entry for the blanket category. I did not win. I didn't even place with it, which kind of was a shame, but I'm not mad about it. It was a gift anyways. It ended up being like her birthday and Christmas gift because it took me like 8 months to make. It didn't help that I would put it away every so often. So, but it was done. It got done in time, and I was really happy with it. It was the biggest thing I've ever made, and it was only that big because Should have used like a 4.5mm hook instead of a 5.5mm hook. And one of the notes on my feedback from the fair was, you know, should have used a smaller hook. I was like, yeah, I know that now. I realized that after the fact, and I didn't realize it had gotten that big because I was just keeping it like bunched up on my lap like this when I would work on it. So I think by the time I was done with it, I had done something like 1,600 puff stitches. It was insane like that. It was really insane. The last section was like, I think it was like 600 puff stitches because I made the decision to do that. But it turned out beautifully. She uses it all the time. I'm one of those people who don't like doing color changes that often, so yeah. I thought about doing EDS, the Big Beautiful pattern, except it's only 4 feet. It's only a little over 4 feet wide, and I'm not buying $200 worth of yarn for a 4-foot blanket. I mean, I could make it bigger by using like thicker yarn, but then my price would go up. But I'm not paying $200 for yarn for a blanket that's going to be 4 foot by 4 foot. So the bubble loops is not for me. It's actually a prize for something, and I was supposed to have it by the end of January. But I'm basically waiting for it to get warm enough that I can crank my air conditioning, because it's super heavy and I'm at a part where it's like really big, and I might finish it before the border, basically. So that's kind of where I'm at on it. But yeah, Phoenix is beautiful. Oh yeah, I would not buy the yarn from Temu, but I've made wearables. When I make wearables, I usually buy from, I've bought from a few. I've made a few things out of Brava worsted from We Crochet. Yeah, $60 isn't too bad for 15 skeins of yarn. The only problem is like, the only yarn I've ever bought from Temu is velvet yarn, and it comes in really small skeins. But I use it to make scrunchies. So I use the velvet yarn to make scrunchies. And it's only $2 a ball. So it works out for me. I have a ton of colors I need to actually make the scrunchies. But that's the only time I've bought yarn from Temu. I'm a little wary. Like, the reason I was fine with the velvet, I was like, you know what? They're only for scrunchies for me to sell. So it makes sense, but anything else I'm a little wary about. Oh, okay. You'll have to tell me. I'm intrigued by it. I'm just, a little cautious. And that's not to say, like, I'm not cautious of Temu in general, because... oh, you're a yarn snob? Okay. Yeah, I'm not a yarn snob. I'm just paranoid. Yeah, I do too. It depends on what I'm making. I use a lot of hand-dyed wool for, like, hats and stuff. But for like blankets, I do tend, like, especially baby blankets, I tend to use something that's machine washable, because my thought process is babies are messy and new parents are busy. So I use like acrylic or cotton, or a blend of acrylic and cotton, something that can go in the washing machine is why I do that. And also wool can be really tricky with babies. So I'm a little. It really just depends on what I'm making, is the thing. If that makes sense. There's a reason I'm doing this acrylic. I'm not the biggest fan of how it feels while you're working with it, but I do know once it goes through the wash, it softens up really nicely. So that's why I'm using the, like I said, the Lion Brand Mandala. But yeah, I soften it up and make it nice and comfortable. Also, I throw it through the wash to make sure it survived the wash. It should survive the wash. I've never had anything come undone in the wash because I'm really paranoid about weaving my ends in and all of that. And I know there's this like debate about if you should wash items before giving them or selling them. I don't wash everything I sell. A lot of my hats I don't wash unless they're out of like Red Heart. And then I wash them because then they're soft. And I feel more comfortable about selling something that's soft to wear than like something that's scratchy. But I don't make I don't make hats out of Red Heart that often. But like anything like these blankets will I don't sell blankets. I guess I should also add, I don't sell blankets. I would never make back my money on a blanket, so I just don't do it. Blankets are always gifts from me. Never a actual something I sell. I sell smaller items. So yeah, I'll wash. Like there's always the debate, like if you wash it, it's already used. It's like, no, some of the yarn I'm using isn't exactly comfortable. So if the yarn's very scratchy, I will take time to soften it. I use the magic knot and I've never had any issues. I've never had issues with the magic knot. So that's what I use. I've made so many things with it and it holds really well. Like my cardigan. So yeah, for cardigans, for clothes, I've made cardigans out of Brava We Crochet. We Crochet's Brava worsted. I've made them out of Was it Swish? It was one of the Twill from We Crochet. That one I was commissioned. I was kind of it wasn't commissioned, but kind of commissioned. They sent me the yarn and I designed a pattern for them. It's the only time I would probably ever make something 100% out of superwash. And it's super heavy. I've made a cardigan I've made a sweater out of Brava tweed. And then I've made one out of Feels Like Butter from Lion Brand, which it's comfortable. I can pull it out. It's like right behind me. So the state fair people don't like when you use knots, though. I've learned that. This year, I'm not making a blanket for the fair. I've decided against it. I have a big shawl I'm gonna make that I need to get started on soon, but I'm actually waiting on hooks for it. Because I've been struggling to find a good 3mm and 3.25mm and a 3.5mm hook. I have some knockoff furls, but they're not very good. The hook part isn't very deep, so it was just like not working. I have a couple plastic ones that I'm not the happiest with. I had to write a pattern with it. So the only reason I did it, so I did the county fair a couple of years ago, and I won first place in one category. But I didn't get any notes back on the rest of my stuff, which was really disheartening because I wanted to know what I had done wrong. And then last year I entered 7 items into the state fair, and I won a blue ribbon. So it's right here. I won a blue ribbon for a cowl I made. I can always go get the cowl later. And then a 5th place ribbon for a sweater I made. But 5 items. Everything was scored on a 100 point scale, and nothing was below 90 points. So my blue ribbon winning cowl barely had any feedback on it and was 99 points out of 100. It was almost a perfect item. The only thing I got knocked on was, I think they said difficulty level was the problem. But I really love how it turned out. So the errors isn't what they point out. They point out different, depends on like their judging criteria, but I can always pull up my cards and show you what Minnesota does. It was fun. I am entering some stuff this year. I have a cowl done. I have 1 hat done. I'm going to do a pair of mittens and another hat. And then I have a shawl that I'm making that I need to start on. So that's what I'm working on this year. So a few less items. Few less items this year. It'll be fine. One of the things they pointed out was like the brims of my hats. I shouldn't single crochet into the back loop on the last stitch of the brim, and I got docked for points on like both my hats, or one of my hats for that, and then on my mittens. My mittens, I rightfully got docked because one of my thumbs was way bigger than the other, and I could not deal with it too much. Like, I just couldn't figure it out, and I was just wanting to get done with it. So, and I didn't care in the end. I was actually more focused on hoping my blanket won something, and it didn't. But after I finished the blanket and I looked at everything I had done, I sat there and I said, the one thing I'm confident will win something was my cowl. And boy, was I correct. The sweater I entered, I didn't make it for the fair. I made it for myself. And this year it's been too warm in winter to wear it, which is really disappointing. But I made the sweater for myself, and I entered it for the hell of it because it was done, and I was like, might as well. And I won 5th place with it. I was like, okay, cool. I'll take it. So I was shocked by that. But yeah, I didn't mind it. I was nervous about the judging, but now that I've done it once, I know what to expect. I know the process. I know all of those things. So I'm a little bit better prepared for this year of what they're expecting, what they want to see. One of the things they'd look at is obviously difficulty level, but they also look at difficulty level. They look at color choices. So I was very careful about my shawl color choices this year, and the yarn I chose for it. So I've got stuff prepared for that. I can pull out the yarn if people are curious, but that yarn was expensive. And I effed up one ball of it. My partner has to fix it. I put it on my Swift. So it was it's La Bien Amie yarn. So it's really high end and it's all fingering weight. I should really stress it's fingering weight. And I had balled up some fingering weight by hand recently, and I learned that it sucked. So I had purchased an electric winder, so I didn't have to do it by hand. And I have my Swift, and I hadn't checked to see if the top part of my Swift was tightened. So it's not like a cheap umbrella Swift. It's a nice wood one that screws into the base. And I hadn't used the wood lube on it in a hot minute, and I'm talking like over a year. And the electric winder pulled a little too hard right at the start of me doing it, and it unscrewed the top of my Swift, and the entire Swift and the entire hank of yarn fell to the floor in a tangled heap. This is really it was really frustrating because it's like $36 for one hank of yarn, and this is my big showpiece for the fair, like my big piece. And my partner he loves untangling yarn. He finds it to be like a relaxing puzzle, so he's slowly working through untangling it for me. So it's salvageable. Like, he said it's not as bad as I think it is. It is salvageable. It's just going to take some time. The other two hanks of yarn spun and wound up perfectly. So it was only 1 out of 3 that did it. So I'm not too frustrated. I can at any point start that shawl. We're not going to start it until the new hooks get here. I ordered some custom hooks from a person I like to order hooks from. So that's the only reason I haven't started it yet. I finished the cowl that I'm entering in the state fair last week. From start to finish, it took me 4 hours on stream last Saturday to finish it. So it took longer to block it than anything. So, yeah. I have used the electric winder for something else since then. I was putting some yarn away that I had ordered, and one of the hanks had come untwisted, and I don't know how to twist it back. So I had to cake it up real quick. Normally I would ball it up by hand, and I could have done that with that one, but I was like, it'll be faster to use the electric winder, and it was all sorts of like messy, so it was not as fast as it could be. But so yeah, I've been using an electric winder. It's not like a tabletop electric winder like a yarn store, but it's good enough that it does the job. The only downfall of it is the only downfall of the electric winder I bought is the tensioner, like the little thing you run it through, isn't the greatest. I think it's expecting that the yarn Swift is lower than the electric winder, so I have to kind of hold the yarn for tension for it to work. It just doesn't work as good as it could. But it's a minor thing. I didn't buy like a high-end winder. I did buy like a $50 one. So that's kind of on me, you know. To not buy, because I didn't buy like a really good one. I didn't know how much I was going to actually use it. The only reason I bought the electric one was because I didn't want to wind by hand, and I don't like using my hand crank winder. So, but it's okay. So there was a comedy of errors with that ball of yarn. The worst part was it was the second ball of yarn that did the trick where it fell on the floor. Not the first. And thankfully I wasn't on stream when it happened. I was doing it off stream. I had some downtime. I was like, and the electric winder had just gotten here, so I really wanted to try it out. So. But yeah, he's untangling it. He said he was going to start untangling it, working on it again this weekend to get it worked on for me while he's at work. Because I've been having a migraine, so he hasn't worked on it in the bedroom because I haven't wanted the lights up to basically any brightness. I keep looking like I have an email, and I know what the email is, and I will deal with it on my break. But yeah, he's going to start working on it at night while he's at work. My partner works from home, and he works overnights, so he sometimes has a good amount of downtime between phone calls, because his job is answering phone calls all night. Also, last night, I'm going to have a chat with some of my... Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Thank you for swinging by. Have fun at your appointment if it's a fun one. If not, I hope it goes well. So I read ahead, and the last row is also half double crochet. So I'm actually like, yeah, I'm like more confident this will get done way faster than I thought. Tomorrow is going to be a personal project, I think. I also have to test a pattern at some point this month, but it's only the 9th, so we have a bit of time. I have exactly a month to make it. Oh, a little bit over a month to make it. And we'll work on the other blanket. And then I don't know what streams are going to look like next week because work has got some insanity going on. There will be a Monday night stream, just so you guys know. I'm on spring break, so I don't have class on Monday. So I keep looking at my email. I know there's an email there. I can't respond to it yet. I gotta wait. should not have taken a picture of this yesterday. There's so many animal furs in this. I am going to run it through the wash, though, so... So... I can hear something in the dryer, so once this is done, this will go right in the wash, I think. With a little bit of fabric softener, I think, just to soften up. Everything I use is the Free and Clear washing soap. Yes, I checked my email event. I'm leaving it open so that I can remember to deal with it when I take my break in about 5 minutes. Got about 5 minutes until my break. Trying to get as much of this done before my break, like much of this row done. Trying to get through this. My nose is giving me so many issues lately. I don't know why. It's driving me up a wall. I have so much. I'm gonna work on a little bit of homework tonight. It's on my to-do list. I made a comment to my doctor yesterday that I know I have shrimp posture I have a hobby that gives me shrimp posture. He laughed at that. I try and like keep straightened up as much as possible. That way I'm not getting shrimp posture. But my neck has to be tilted slightly. But my neck is already tilted slightly, so whatever. Today's a pretty good day. Woke up, had a little bit of breakfast, we ordered Dunkin'. I should have gone and picked it up, but I just didn't feel like putting clothes on. I'm in my pajamas today. I don't care. It's just a day of pajama wearing. It's just one of those days where I just don't feel like wearing too many. Basically wearing a bra. I wore one all week. I'll probably wear one tomorrow though. What else? I've been really obsessed with these refreshers from Dunkin'. I get the strawberry dragon fruit one with 3 things of sugar in it because I just want it a little sweet. I'm going to get around this corner and then I'll take my break. My first break of the day. And I've already got 2 rows almost done. This is what I mean by these rows are going to go fast. Also, I don't know, like I said, I have homework to do that I'll slowly work on this weekend. Technically, they don't want us working on homework, but I'm a little behind on a few things. So I need to sit down and do it. I haven't had a chance to work on as much as I wanted to this week because I was drowning in some stuff at work. On my days I did work, I was drowning. That's why I got out of... I could have worked late. I could have just adjusted my hours on Wednesday to accommodate my partner's stuff. Because I start at 8 and they called me. I dropped him off at 7. I left after dropping him off at 7:15. And they called me at 8:20 to come pick him up. And I start work at 8, so I really could have just picked him up been back by 9 and worked just fine. But I was like, you know what? I haven't had a good day off in a while. So I'm going to take my day off. So I'm going to take a 3-ish minute break. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'm going to respond to this email that has been plaguing me all the last 20 minutes. So I will see you guys in about 3 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, but you won't miss anything. I am going to run an ad while I'm gone, so I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I still need to like sanitize. I did wash my hands, but I need to sanitize and lotion. And then I have to take, I'm actually going to take these first. My stomach is acting up. So I'm going to take something for my stomach. I realized with my nails, yeah, you're good, you're good. Lurks are always appreciated. I'm trying to take some meds, but I can't open these like little bubble packs with the foil with my nails. I can pop them off, so I use my tweezers to pull them back. So my stomach was giving me some slight issues. Fresh bottle of hand sanitizer, but yeah, totally welcome in. I'm just kind of vibing today. We're gonna finish this blanket. I can feel it in my bones. We only have about 2¼ rows left, so get my lotion worked in. Rub it off on my hand, on my shirt a little bit. Okay. Oh my god. I cannot believe I looped that. I gotta see if I can fix it. About as good as it's gonna be. Normally I would fix it if it was like a row back, but it's way back there, so I am not fixing that. So we'll finish this. I'm so excited to be done with this already. Not that it was like a tedious blanket. Like I said, it only took a week. Yeah, I am not ripping back for that. I can reach in there with my fingers and pull it out, pull it back so it's nice enough. Absolutely not doing that. If it was like a row ago, maybe I would consider it, but even then it's like, I can fix it. In the grand scheme of things, once it's washed and blocked, if I block it, again, I'm still on the fence about that, it'll be fine. I'm not. I responded to that email that I had been kind of haunting me. So I responded to it, and pretty easy. It was a check-in email after my appointment on Wednesday. So I did my first session of EMDR it's been 7 years since I've done EMDR. And generally after your first session, weird stuff some weird brain stuff will start to happen, or things will start to bubble up. And she checked in to make sure like that's okay and to give myself compassion during it. And I was just like, yeah, only one weird thing came up, and this was like super weird last night. But like, I had this like weird desire to just read a physical book. I can't read physical books anymore because of my disability. It's really weird, but I can't read physical books anymore. And I was really like hell-bent on reading my favorite book, which I don't have a digital copy of. Well, I didn't have a digital copy. I bought one this morning. But I was like, grabbed the book off the shelf and tried giving it a read, and I couldn't even get past the second page. So I've had this book for a long time. So it was my favorite book. And I was like, nobody in the world will ever guess what my favorite book is. So I don't know. I was just like, I really wanted to read a physical book. And the reason I'm disabled is because of my ex-husband. So it was like, I can't read the physical book. So I don't know why I was like so hyper fixated on it. And you can't buy Kindle books on your phone to be delivered to your Kindle. I could have probably just bought it from the Kindle, to be honest. But I bought the physical copy this morning. It was a $2 book on Kindle, so like it was not expensive. That's what happens when your favorite book is a piece of classic literature. Like, when your book is a piece of classic literature, it only costs $2 on Kindle. So, yeah, it was fascinating. It was really fascinating to me. And I was just like, okay, well, I guess that's what we're doing today. So I bought it. Hopefully I can read it this weekend, or this week on my spring break. No, it's not Pride and Prejudice. It's actually East of Eden. It's Steinbeck. East of Eden. Yeah, like, really niche lit book. Like, not even like your traditional, when you think of classic literature. No, it's East of Eden, which is really weird. So I have a really well-loved copy of it, but I just can't physically read it anymore. So I bought, actually the book I bought, the ebook, was both East of Eden and Grapes of Wrath. So, yeah. My second favorite book is Wizard of Oz, and I do have that on Kindle. Like the original old Wizard of Oz series, like the Oz, the whole series is my favorite. So, one of my favorites. I also like Hearts of Atlantis from Stephen King. I do have that on Kindle. I bought that years ago. So yeah, I have my books that I can read. But I like also read a lot of fanfic. I can read that on my, usually can read that on my phone. Sometimes I can read it on my, sometimes I'll read it on my Kindle. Like, you can download stuff from AO3 to load up on a Kindle. So I don't know. I've always liked the book. It resonated when we read it we read Grapes of Wrath in school, and then I was really interested in his writing. So I read East of Eden on my own. I had checked it out from the library, and I had just kept checking it out, and the librarian when I was in high school just was like, you can just keep, she actually gifted me a copy of it. and then I had it until I moved to Minnesota. I lost it in my move to Minnesota, and then my partner bought me basically the same version, the same cover, the same style as the one I had in high school and as an adult. So, yeah, it's one of my favorite books. I reread it. I like to reread it every few years. I haven't read it in about 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. So yeah, I'm probably gonna give it a read. I don't know. I'm very weird about my book tastes. There's a book series that I was super into that I have the last book in the series, and I started to try and read it last night, but the main character has the same name as I do. And it's talking about getting pregnant, which is a really weird topic for me. So, I don't know how much I'll get through it. I might wait to get through it. I don't know. I've been holding off on reading it for about a year now. Just because I've been in school and it's been hard to find time to read for fun. Fanfics are like shorter and I don't have to get invested in the story. Like, I don't have to learn new characters because I'm familiar with them from fanfic. So, and I also write a lot of fanfic myself. So, I've been doing a lot of writing too. So, yeah, I responded to the email. I was like, this is what's coming up, just so you know. And I tried to read it physically last night, and instead of like getting frustrated like I normally would, I just kind of closed the book and put it aside and was like, okay. Then I tried to buy it digitally, and I couldn't do it on my phone. And I didn't feel like, because it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, so yeah. Didn't get to bed until about 2:30. I think that's when I fell asleep, and then I woke up at 10:45, so got about 8 hours of sleep, as I do. Ordered breakfast. Still drinking my drink from breakfast. It's 1 o'clock. I finished eating breakfast at like 11:20. I was going to stream at 11:30, and I got distracted talking about something else on the internet, so I was like, 11:45 works. So, let's roll pretty fast. What else? Oh yeah, I might do a little bit of writing tonight. I have a few ideas for a story that I kind of want to write. So, I don't know what I'll work on. I don't know, I have a few ideas of things I need to write tonight. Oh no. You had mentioned you were going to be dog sitting, but yeah, that's always the worst. I kind of feel bad every time we leave our cat behind for a trip. She's perfectly healthy. That's not the reason I get worried about it. She just whines at the door, like wails at the door for a good hour before tiring herself out. So I just feel bad that like the neighbors have to walk past our door and hear the cat standing at the door screaming. Eventually she does calm down, I think, and just goes and lays down. But she's not a food motivated cat, even though she's pretty big. She doesn't eat very much. So we can use a gravity feeder. And it lasts about 8-9 days. Like I fill up the back and it lasts a good week or so. So I do need to fill it up today or tomorrow. But I gotta buy different food for her. I don't know. Her food that I've been buying is really expensive, and while it is really good for her, it's also like sucks that it got stolen. It's funny, the really expensive cat food, the Origin, got stolen, but the Purina has been sitting downstairs for a week, not stolen. So I hope whoever stole my purse is really happy with my goth purse. And really appreciates all my beads that I ordered. And tank tops. It's fine. It's really annoying. Okay, turn. Okay. Oh, hopefully he'll be fine in a little bit. It makes sense. That's what we hear from the dog when we take the dog when we go on vacation and we leave the dog at like a pet hotel. Um, we hear that like for the first day or two she's super sad and super depressed, and then she gets a little bit better. Um, so we'll have to. That's what I need to do. I need to book the pet hotel. That's good. The only reason we don't hire like a pet sitter or have a friend come take care of the dog is um she has to be in a kennel when nobody's here, and the pet sitter would possibly only be able to come over once or twice a day, and she wouldn't do very well, so we just pay for a kennel. There's a pet hotel. Actually, I'm gonna do that while I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna message my partner. That I just I need to log into the account. Yeah, it's good that she like knew that they would help. So this is the thing. This is my thought process here. That's good. They have a special hotel right now. One dog. Oh, there's the dog. I need to. There's a pet. Ugh, yeah. So what we do, when should we expect? Probably around 5 o'clock. Check out on Tuesday, probably around 3 p.m. Okay. We have her stuff. Oh no. Yeah, that should have been put away by now. Okay. Paid for the... I booked the dog's stay. So, what we do when we take the dog... When we go... What we do when we go on vacation and we leave the dog at like a kennel or a pet hotel or whatever, is we actually take the dog the day before and we pick her up the day after we come back. So we end up adding an extra 2 nights. So we're going to be gone for 5 days. Kind of. So we're leaving on the 11th of April. We're dropping the dog off on the 10th. The reason we do that is because it is incredibly difficult to pack and unpack with the dog underfoot. The dog can see us packing, gets really anxious, and she's just all over us. It's really frustrating. So we take the dog to the kennel the day before, and then the reason we don't do it we don't do it for the day we come back is to make sure that we have time to get home. We're not rushing to get home to pick her up. We can just pick her up the next day. So, and actually we don't even know if we're coming back on Monday. We might be coming back on Sunday, but I have it until Tuesday to make sure that we can take our time getting back, as the other reason is for that. So she gets to go to the pet hotel longer than we're on vacation, just to make our lives easier. It's still kind of a hassle to pack with the cat, but the cat is not a 50-pound ball of energy and anxiety. The cat is just going to supervise and try and climb into the duffel bag, so we can just keep moving her. Or into the suitcase. We would just pick her up, move her, pick her up, move her, pick her up, move her. And eventually we just put her in the... We can always also just put the cat in the living room and shut the bedroom door while we pack. That's the other thing we can do. So yeah, it just makes our lives easier if we just take the dog on the night before. So my partner is going to have an extended time off because he's got, he works Thursday through Monday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So he'll have Tuesday, Wednesday off. We leave on Thursday. We come back possibly on Monday, and he'll have Tuesday and Wednesday off again. So he'll have almost 2 weeks off from work. Almost 2 weeks. Week and a half at least. So he'll have 9 days off. It'll be really cool. I have 5 days off, or technically I'm only taking 3 days off of work. I'm taking Thursday, Friday, Monday off because I don't work over the weekends. So I'm excited for that too. Okay, this row's going a little bit slower than I thought it would. I think it doesn't help that I just stopped for 10 minutes to book a pet hotel for the dog. And she gets individual playtime. She doesn't get group playtime. She gets very territorial about water and stuff. So. And I didn't get her the bath this time. I only did the nail trim. So. I might add the bath. I could go back and add the bath. But they don't like giving her a bath. Yeah, and breaks are important. So. But we leave in like 32 days. So. Just wanted to get the hotel booked. For people. I'm really excited for the trip. It's been my second vacation. This time we won't have 2 days of driving for a 3-day vacation. 2-day vacation. We left on Thursday. We drove Thursday and Friday. We went out to dinner Friday night. This is our vacation last year. We went to Toronto, and then on Saturday, we did so many things. It was absolutely insane. The amount of shit we did on the Saturday while we were in Toronto. And then Sunday, I needed to recover, but it all worked out. Then we left on Monday. Drove Monday and Tuesday. And then we didn't get back until like 11 o'clock on Tuesday night. It was really frustrating. So this time we might come back on. Our hotel is booked through Sunday. So that's the thing, is our hotel for this trip is booked through Sunday. So it's from Thursday to Sunday is our hotel. Because we'll leave on Thursday. We're only going to Chicago, and I live in the Minneapolis area. So it won't take us 2 days to get to Chicago. It'll only take us about 6 hours, 7 hours to get there. That was something we learned on the vacation to Toronto, is anything past Chicago really is not, we're flying. We're just flying. That is what we learned. I cannot do 2 days of travel. My body cannot do it. Not that flying is easy on me, but it's 1 day of flying instead of, two. 2 one direction, 2 one back. 2 back. So, but yeah, breaks are super important. Try and take them all the time. That's why I know a lot of streamers, especially gaming streamers, they don't take breaks as often. They just kind of let the ads run auto. I don't do that because I need to take the breaks. I also have like the world's tiniest bladder after my hysterectomy, and the insatiable thirst. So I'm always thirsty, and I've had a hysterectomy, and my bladder doesn't work as good. So I have to use the bathroom pretty frequently. So that's the other reason why I take breaks frequently. Yeah, this looks really good. Like I said, I hope this yarn that I have in this bowl is enough for the last couple of rounds. It should be. Like, looking at it, it should be fine. Then I will throw it in the wash. I should just Google my question, which is, what do you do first? I also have no gallbladder. That does not help the situation either. Also, no gallbladder. No gallbladder, and I've had a hysterectomy, so my bladder is in a sling because, you know, there's nothing holding it in place anymore because the parts are gone. So it's a combination of both. Like, I have the insatiable thirst because my meds make me incredibly thirsty, and the need to take frequent bathroom breaks. That's the only thing that slows down road trips, is like I have to stop to use the bathroom every hour and a half. And thankfully I'm really fast at it. Like, I run in, get what I need to do, what I need to do, and get out. But I also, yeah, I have to take frequent bathroom breaks. So that's constantly thirsty and needing to use the bathroom more often. It's not a fun thing. And that's why when I was having that pain in my abdomen, which ended up being a pulled groin, everyone in the doctors in the ER were like, "Are you sure it's not a UTI or a bladder infection?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am very sure, because what is going in my body is coming out." I am prone to UTIs, but I haven't had one in a while, thank God. And I've had kidney stones once, and I know a lot of people say it's the most painful thing in the world, but I passed the kidney stone under morphine. I was heavily sedated and under pain meds when it passed, so I did not feel it. I also have a high pain tolerance because I have chronic pain, so yeah, I'm also, that's the other reason I drink a ton of fluids and I don't drink a ton of sugary stuff, is because I know what I'm prone to getting. I also drink a lot of cranberry juice. A little bit too much cranberry juice, actually. It can be... So, do have another drink ready to go. I grabbed my energy drink. I have to open it with my scissors. I'm using the handle of the scissors, not the actual scissors. Because I can't pop my finger underneath there because my nails are way too long. When I go get my nails done, I'm going to have them trim them down. Last time she was like, "Do you want to keep the length?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And now I'm like, "No." Next time I'm just going to get her to trim them down. I was supposed to go this week to get them done. I could have gone yesterday and done it. But what I'm doing is I might go this afternoon and get it done after stream. It depends on if my meds are ready to be picked up. That's the thing. Because I'll go pick up my meds and go get my nails done at the same time. The reason I'll do that is the nail place is right over by where my pharmacy is, so I have to pick up my meds, but they're not ready yet. I'm gonna check what's going on with them. Now, normally lately it's been insurance issues, but it just says it's in progress and they're behind schedule on them. So I'll just, if worst comes to worst, I can just give them a call and see what's going on. And they'll get it ready. My insurance it is saying my insurance will cover the med. So it already says with insurance it's $0. But yeah, they will. They will do it. So, and then I need to figure out what times I'm going to take my new med. It's 3 times a day, and this is the problem with it is I take meds 4 times a day. And this is the thing. I'm going to take it in the morning. There's part of me that wants to take it with my noon meds and then take it again in the afternoon with my 4:30 meds, because bedtime around, in the evening, I have an edible instead for my pain management. So the edible, I don't think I should mix with a muscle relaxer. So we'll see. He did also say, I could try doing it 2 times a day to see if it works. If I do that, I'll do the morning and then 4:30. And I'll move my vitamin D to noon, to take it at noon. Just because I'm on so many pills, I'm trying to figure out, the best time to take things. I might move... I don't know. I might move my biotin to nighttime too. Just shift things around. I could also move my vitamin to... I might move my multivitamin to bedtime. Because I am taking so many pills in the morning that if it gets to the point where I can't take all of them at once because there's too many, I will move things around. And that's kind of where I'm at. Because my Lamictal, I was on the 250 milligram extended release tablet, so it was only 1 tablet, but my insurance won't pay for that. So I need to do the 200 tablet and 2 25s, and then I will be fine. So that's my thought process here is I'll take my baclofen. Might try it 2 times a day. Morning and 4:30, because that'll give me about 8 hours of it. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Is this the last side? It is. This is looking really pretty. Cannot believe we're so close to being done with it, and then we'll start working on the pineapple that I'm making. We'll do that this weekend. Unless we start the Winnie the Pooh set, but I have to ball up the yarn for that, so. We could do let's do the pineapple. I don't know. We'll do it. What do you guys think? So the pineapple is me basically recreating one of my favorite streamers in crochet. And have the face ready. I just need to glue it on when I get it done. I could have designed a face, and depending on how this one looks, I might design one and cut it out of felt and use some heat transfer vinyl. The only problem I have is I'm not good with my machine, my Cricut isn't great at cutting felt out. I don't know why. It just doesn't like cutting felt. So if anybody's got any tips, maybe it's the felt I'm using is too thick. That could be the problem. I can get the heat transfer vinyl to work on it, but the felt gets really, really touchy. And I also haven't figured out how I'm going to attach it. There's a small part of me that wants to use a combination of like black thread and fabric glue. And hopefully I don't think he has a PO box, but I can definitely send it to him. We might just do it next weekend. But I know he's doing a subathon this coming week. Almost done with this row. That's what I mean by it going super fast. I can see so many dog furs on it. I'll just, like I said, I'm going to wash it. Get the dog fur and the cat fur out. Oh. Okay, I'm going to Google something and then I'm going to take my break. Wash your item before steam blocking it. Okay, it does say specifically to wash it before you steam block it. Done. Answers my question. That answers my question immediately. So into the wash this will go today. It'll go in the wash, it'll come out, then I will steam block it, set the yarn. We got this. We got this. I do need to wipe down the blocking wires because I am going to use those. Don't think they're long enough, so I might have to use like 8 of them. Good news is I do have 8 of them. I have 6 lightweight ones for like fingering weight yarn, and I need to buy some more lightweight ones. I will buy those when I go to the yarn store next week. That's my one purchase. But I have like a ton of heavyweight blocking wires, and we're going to give them a try. I do need to wipe them down and clean them before use, but it'll be an experience because I've never used them before. So that was the fastest Google search. I thought I was going to have to read like an article, and like the Knit and Craft Council had an answer right away, which was you should wash it because any oils or lotions or anything that has touched it will be set into the yarn when you steam it. So into the wash it goes. Like I said, I can hear the dryer going, so. It'll be fine. Okay. I'm going to stop here, not because, yeah, no worries. I'm sure he'll like they said, it was just for the first couple of days, so maybe tomorrow he'll be better. Or maybe later today if you're going to go back. I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break, run an ad, do all my stuff, so I will be right back. All right, I'm back. I'm ordering something. Okay, I'll get this like this. Okay, so the reason I took my break before I finished this row is because the next row has shells and it's a little more complex. And I wanted to stop when it's an easy row, so that way I can focus on the next one and not like have to refocus after taking a break. So I have emails. I know what these emails are. They're Amazon telling me you ordered food. You ordered cat food and shoes. So I ordered new shoes, which sounds terrible, but I wear Tom's, the little slip-on loafers, and I wear them so much that I basically go through a pair of shoes a year with them. They just wear out for me. And it's been about a year since I've ordered a pair, so I noticed that mine were starting to wear and break at the seams, because like I wear them every day. And this year I wore them more because our winter was so mild that I think I only wore my Docs once. I think I literally only wore my winter boots, or the boots I used for winter, one time because it was so mild. And then the other times I didn't go out. So, get my nails done tomorrow or today. I have to go get cash for it, so I'll have to go to the ATM. The bank is down the street, so. Just go to the bank. Our bank is down the street, so it's just a matter of going and getting $60 in cash. I'm probably going to do green for St. Patrick's Day. Okay, we're on 5. Let's do this. 5 of 6. We're getting there. That's why I wanted to. I was like already there. Been back for 2 minutes and I finished it. Slip stitches in the corner space. Chain 1. Does not count. 1 single crochet into the corner. That's it? That's it? A what? A woo? Huh? I'm going to put 2 stitch markers in that. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to just pull that out. 1 single crochet into the corner. The corner is literally 1 stitch. I'm not joking. That's weird. It's usually 3 to 5. Okay, skip 2 stitches. 2. 1 DC in the next stitch. Chain 1. Okay, so each should have 12 shells and 11 single crochets. Okay. It is weird. Oh, excuse me. It should have 30 shells, 29 single crochets. I'm looking at this wrong. It doesn't tell me how many stitches per shell, which is a little annoying. I'm assuming it's 5 based on this number here. Skip 2 stitches. 1 single crochet. I am correct in what I'm reading here. Okay, I see what I'm doing here. But yes, it is weird. This is also, like, this is the second to last row. It's the penultimate. Nope. No, I can't say the word. Never mind. It's almost the last row. Like, it's weird that it doesn't tell me how many stitches are in each shell. And her stitch counts usually do, but it does say I need to have 30 shells. So we'll count. And then, yeah. So the corners are... It makes sense though. Now that I'm looking at this, there's a single crochet every 2 stitches. So this is making, like, so there's not a hard corner. But it will It'll go fast. The only reason I'm like hesitant to go get my nails done on a weekend is it's going to be busy. And the place I like to go to probably is going to be packed. And it might just be easier for me to go on like Monday or Tuesday. We'll see. I want to go pick up my meds and give them a try over the weekend to see how they make me feel. But if they're not ready, I'll give them a call on my break, I think, and be like, what's going on? I've never been on this med before, so I don't know how I'm going to react to it or if it's even going to work. So I think I'm going to just take it twice a day and give it a try. Because he did say, like, I can take it as needed or I can try and take it every day, 3 times a day. I think I'm going to take it twice a day. Not as needed, but, like, scheduled. I have to look up the side effects and stuff of the med. Actually, I have a friend who takes it as needed, and I know she also does edibles to help manage her pain. So I'll ask. Like I said, the shell rows are going to take a little bit longer to do. Just because I want to get them just right. And I will likely have to count just to make sure my counts are correct. They should be. This one might be a little off, because I think I messed up my last one. But it will work out just fine. See? That's the edging. I also picked this one because it didn't have picos as the edging. Not that I don't know how to do them, I just don't like doing them. It's very rare that I do patterns without some sort of modification from her, but this one I've done straight up. Well, there was... No, it's the other pattern I did that on. Then I will... So yeah, the Google search quickly said, wash it, then block it. So that's the plan of attack now, is to wash, then block. And then I will get this... The wash will take today, and then I will block it tonight. I'm going to do it in my bedroom. I'll just relocate my steamer and my big blocking pads to the bedroom. And my wires and my pins. So, all of my stuff. It'll work out. I have my smaller pads, my smaller mats in the bedroom. I could use those. Then I don't have to haul the big ones. The thing is the big ones, so I think I've talked about this, but I have the traditional boy, like you buy blocking mats that are 12 by 12, 12 inches by 12 inches. And I have 12 of them, so I have plenty to do this blanket. That's not the problem. The problem is they're not thick. They're not as thick as I'd like them to be. And the ones I bought that aren't actually blocking pads, they're PVA. I think they're PVA foam mats that you use for like garages or yoga rooms, weight rooms, things like that. They're like a little bit thicker and easier to punch holes into. Like, they're way better, and they were way cheaper too. So that's why I'm like, maybe I'll just use those. And I would only need like 4 of them to do this. And so they'll be easier for me to set up and take down. Now, that being said, I think I only have like 6 or 10. I don't have too many of them, but there's a small part of me that wants to buy more because they're super good, but I don't plan on making things bigger than that. And they're 24 by 24. So they're like 2 feet by 2 feet. They're really big. That's why I said I would only need like 4 of them. So yeah. Block this, put them on the mat. Wash, dry, into the machine. Throw some... I won't throw any scent beads in there, scent boosters, because it would defeat the purpose of the free and clear. For my own laundry, I use the scent boosters, but for my for anything I give away or sell or whatever, I don't. I don't even use fabric softener sheets, but I might, because the ones I have are lavender, so I might do that with this one, just so it smells nice. But I think we'll just start the Winnie the Pooh set so I can get it done, and we'll do the pineapple next weekend. Because then I can ship this out this week. I can take it to... So then I can get the Winnie the Pooh set done by Friday this week. Because I have quite a few meetings, and I could take the Winnie the Pooh set to work for those trainings I have on Tuesday and Thursday. So I could take the Winnie the Pooh set, work on it then. It'll be fine. Unless I take like hats or something. There's a good chance I do that. I don't know. I'm still on the fence of maybe taking stuff to make dishcloths. Because I need to restock my dishcloths for shows, for craft shows. So I can take a bunch of cotton and work on it. Take my hooks. and take that book, and then I can just use a row counter, like my minimalist row counter, to do that. I have no idea how many of these shells I have right now. I should have 30 of them. I think I should have 30 of them. 30 shells. So I'll count after I finish this side. Unless my numbers add up right, then I will not count. Like if I have an extra stitch or something insane like that. Yeah, hopefully the dog will calm down. Dogs get like that. I wouldn't like beat yourself up over it. But I do think I have an extra stitch. I'm gonna count my shells after this. Yeah, I know. It's the worst. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24? What? Oh, after repeat 2, it should be 24. Oh, yeah. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I'm stupid. I misread the thing. I am going to still put the stitch marker in that one little corner. So, I did have an extra stitch. Maybe he'll go back and check later today and see how he's doing. That could maybe help. I don't know how long the travel is or how far it is for you. If it's a short little jaunt, then maybe just go check on him later. I'll turn my music up. I want to change my music a little bit to some chill stuff. Okay, that's good. Always good to be a little bit more proactive. Ah, got it. Yeah, if it's far enough that you wouldn't want to go back. Maybe he'll be better tomorrow. How am I getting dog fur everywhere? I know why. It's because I cuddle with the dog and I then put this against my body, and she also just sheds everywhere. Last night was really nice. I just kind of vibed. I watched my lacrosse game. I missed the first quarter because I was streaming last night, so I missed the first little bit of the lacrosse game, but it was a really good game. It was like back and forth goal-wise. I think it was like 15-14 was the final score. I think it was what it was. It was insane. Something insane like that. We won in overtime. That's why I knew we only won by one. But it was just a really good game. Now we're, I think, 6-6 on the season, which isn't as good as we were the last couple of seasons, but we're still in the playoff hunt, and that's important to me. The other day, so I'm a Buffalo Bandits fan, and I'm also a Buffalo Bills fan and a Buffalo Sabres fan. And the other day, the Sabres made like a really big trade and then started like doing some weird decisions. And then the Bills started to release like so many people from contracts. And I was just like, I had made a post on Tumblr like at the looking at the Bandits, do not get any ideas. Maybe go out and get a face-off guy, and that's it. And literally like 3 hours later, I opened Instagram and they had signed a face-off guy. And I was like, okay, didn't think that was going to work. But I was, he had his first game last night and he won 25 of 30 face-offs, which I will take that because he was like super instrumental in us winning. The only thing is like, he hasn't played the box game. So, but it was fine. He did really good. The crowd really loved him. We have our regular face-off guy has been on like a leave this season, and we have been basically using our regular forwards to take face-offs, and it's not going great. There was one game where we didn't win a single face-off. It's been bad. I cannot believe it took us 12 games to figure this out, but we figured it out, and that's what matters to me. Unlike in hockey, face-offs actually matter in lacrosse because the game has a shot clock, and the way passing works, it's harder to intercept a pass. So having a face-off win and getting possession is really key to scoring and stuff. So that's why I was like, get a face-off guy. I don't care in hockey as much about face-offs because it's a more fluid game. So And I am a hockey fan. I'm also a football fan. I haven't really watched anything but lacrosse this season, this year, though. And wrestling. I like watching my wrestling. But I have watched a few hockey games. I know there's one going on right now for my team. I haven't checked the score. And look it up. A little worried about looking it up, to be honest. We're playing a decent team, so that's why I'm like, do I really want to look it up? So, but yeah, I watched my lacrosse game, and then I tried watching the rest of the wrestling show that I needed to finish. I'm going to rewatch the last match because I wasn't able to focus as much because I was way too high. And then I will probably finish it tonight. It's only like a 20-minute match, so I'll finish it tonight. And then I don't know if I'm going to stay up to watch wrestling live because it's at 2 in the morning for what I want to watch. So I might watch it tomorrow instead. I'm having a good time. But today's goals are to finish this thing up, which is absolutely happening in the next couple of hours. Just gotta get through these shells, which I did say would take a little bit. So far they've taken a half hour, and I'm only on the first side, or the second side. But we'll get through them. And then I think we'll start the Winnie the Pooh set. Do have to ball up the yarn for it, but I think we'll do the, I don't know what we should do first in the set. Do we do the hat? Do we do the booties, the diaper cover, or do we do the shirt? Because the shirt is one color, everything else is a different color. So the shirt is red and everything else is like a yellow cream color. That's kind of where I'm at on it. Like, you get the shirt knocked out and then do everything else. So it's, I think it's got booties as well. I'm like 90% sure the pattern I bought has booties. That's where we're at. Or we can start the pineapple. There's part of me that wants to do the pineapple. I don't know. I do have to do gauge swatches. That's the other thing. And like I said, I have to ball up the yarn for the... Unless I work right off the skein, which not something I like doing. I put the chill EDM playlist on, so supposed to be nice and chill. So yeah, wash and block. That being said, if I take all my blocking stuff to the bedroom, I will probably do the shawls too. Because I'm steam blocking, so they'll go relatively quickly if I do all three items. So I understand why there is one single crochet in the corner. I'll show you, because if you see, these shells each have the single crochet in between them. It just keeps it a continuous circle. So that's why I did that. I can see the vision. Like I can see why we're doing it that way. If that makes sense. Like, it makes sense from a design standpoint what's going on here. And I'm assuming all the half double crochets for this row are going to go in those lovely chain spaces that I'm making. So let me look at the next row. Yeah, 48 half double crochet. So yeah, they're definitely. Oh, and they're actually chain one for the next section. So next row is the last row. So it took me a week to make a baby blanket, which is pretty damn impressive. Blocking it will make this super like drapey, so it'll be really pretty. There's part of me. This is a. It says maybe I don't need to use the wires, but the wires will keep this nice and square. I could just use the pins because I have shells, so I could always just put the pins in the top of each shell and pull it. But the wires will also do it. Actually, I may only need 4 wires. I can check. I have them right next to me. I'm so happy. We'll probably do the Winnie the Pooh set next. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I want to get this done and shipped. So, next week will be the pineapple, I think. letting my partner sleep today. That's what I do during the day, is just let him sleep. Then around 6 o'clock, I'll go in the bedroom, and 6 o'clock, 6:30. He gets up at work. Oh, my team won. Hell yeah. In overtime. And shootout, actually. Hey, that works. That's nice. Go in there 6:30, 7 o'clock-ish. Wake him up. Get some dinner. I'll probably have a snack in a little bit. I don't know how long we'll go today, though. We do have to do a gauge swatch, so on everything. I think I'm just going to do one gauge swatch, and if I get it right, then, yeah. Anyways, we have to ball up yarn, though, which is never fun. You can hear that the dryer is done, because I don't hear whatever's in there rolling around. My partner was so kind and washed my blanket last night for me. That's why I was underneath his blanket that I made him, is because my blanket went through the wash yesterday. I had mentioned offhand that I probably should wash it, and he was like, I'll wash it for you. So, very kind of him to do that. But it was like 1 o'clock in the morning when it got done. I slept underneath it. There's something nice about like having a warm blanket fresh out of the dryer. I wonder if I'll get into the next side before my break. Possibly. About 10 minutes. Oh my god. Whew. And I will absolutely have enough yarn to finish this up. So, like in this ball. Just flying along. Just flying through. Hour to get 3 sides done. So yeah, it's probably take an hour or so to finish this up. Oh, it's not under the camera. I had turned because I don't know, twisting with this. May have to count my shells on this side because I always get a little weird about things on the last side. Sometimes I find that I have an extra stitch on the last side because of how I do my slip stitches. But okay, I'm going to take a break after this shell section. It'll be about 3 minutes. It's been an hour since I took one, so I'll put my stitch marker in. We'll come back. We'll finish up this row, get row 6 started, maybe possibly finished. I don't know. Haven't decided, or I don't know how fast I'll go. So I will see you guys in about 3 minutes. Hello, back. Candles. The candle, it was tunneling, so I ran something along the side to have all the wax like fall down so it would even out, and it blew out the candle. So I feel like these candles, because they're so wide, they probably should only burn for, or should have 2 wicks, I think is what it should be. But it's fine. I'm not too impressed with the candle, to be honest. Anyway. I'm gonna give myself a second to let my hands relax. Buy a couple candles, I think. That's good. And then I need to buy some hand sanitizers. Okay, got that. I don't know. Oh, jeez. Oh boy. 1 second, guys. I accidentally threw my watch on the floor and I can't see where it went. So I don't want to accidentally roll over it. I figured out what it was, my computer was sitting on. But my watch went flying. I don't know if it's charged. It is. Okay. Figured out what my computer was sitting on. I may have an expensive mistake. So I'll have to fish it out later. Okay. You know what? I don't need this. Catching my breath. I'm just trying to do so much. I know what I'm looking for. There's a type of candle that I really like. I have my favorite scent, and I could buy like different ones, but I want my favorite scent. This one has not been very good, so I'll just use what I got. Anyway, let's get finishing this up. Now that I killed like 10 minutes. Okay, we got the whole end of this to go. Oh, I have my flashlight still on my phone because I was looking for my watch. Let's do this. Super chill vibes. I'll have, my candles will be here today. By the way, I think my fan works a little too well. I have it on high, so I might turn it down because it is a little chilly in here. So I probably won't have to run my air conditioner as much this summer. Whew, we're getting this. It's already 3 o'clock. So my goal. So the wash and dry is gonna take about 2 hours because our dryer is, one, notoriously slow, and two, just I can't dry it on high heat because it's plastic. So I'll let this do its thing and then put it on the boards. I might be able to do it in the closet. So I'm probably gonna do that. Because I'm like looking at it, I was like, I can probably do this in the closet. Then I don't have to worry about it. Grab some paper towel and clean off my wires. It'll be nice when I can do it just back on my futon. My futon's right now a storage situation, so I'll have to get it cleaned out, and then I could definitely do this on the futon. So that's, yeah, about halfway through this row, or this side. I am going to put one of these stitch markers away. I'm going to put this one away, this The instructions said there was gonna, or the stuff to know section said there was gonna be a needle joint, and I didn't do a needle joint at all in this. That's kind of nice. I was fully prepared for it. But my I don't know what this is, but this is really upbeat. Usually when it's got words, it picks up the words a lot. So I have my fancy mic. It sometimes picks it up. I don't know. I have the gain turned up a lot. I turn it down during my meetings because it picks up every little noise if I don't. Oh no, I was good. I can see the 2, so I don't need to do anything about it. Six, last row. I'm going to actually do something a little weird. I'm going to slip stitch backwards because I don't feel like cutting and rejoining for this last row. Okay. Join in the last chain space. Okay, here we go. Half double crochet into the first chain space of the next shell, chain one, half double into this chain space, chain one, half double into this chain space, chain one, half double. Hold on. I know what I'm doing here. Oh, wait. No, I'm doing this wrong. I did this wrong. I only front post around one thing, and that's the corners. I made my life way more complicated than it needed to be. Oh yeah, this is. This is going super fast. Okay, so I'm probably going to have to take another break before I finish this, but that's okay. That'll work for me. Though I have spent about 10 minutes on this side, so there's a very good chance I can finish this up. And I did make a mistake, so. I'm going super duper fast. I just want to be done with it. And it's also an easy row. Oh boy. Hello. Yay! That's good. At least you got him to go for a walk with you. I'm on the last row of the blanket. I'm like flying through it. So it's a super simple last row. It's like a half double. It's half double crochet and chain spaces with like front post single crochet in each corner. So it's super simple. So I will hopefully be done before I take my break. And then on my break, I'll throw this in the wash and get the process started for that. Keep chaining after a certain stitch that I'm not supposed to. But I'm already on the third side of this. Each shell has 4 half double crochet and 3 chain spaces. So it's super, like, fast. Hoping I will get this done before I take my break. I probably just won't take my break until it's done. So we might have to deal with pre-rolls for a little bit. A couple of minutes. Which are not ideal, but... That being said, it took me like 8 minutes to do one side. And pre-rolls, there's 16 minutes until then. I mean, I also do need to weave in my end, but that'll be easy peasy. I don't even think my camera can keep up with how fast I'm going. And then we'll load up. I'll have to find my fabric softener. I think I know where it's at. I don't use fabric softener unless I'm washing something for, like, that's acrylic. Just to make sure it is super soft. For some reason, I can just do half double crochets super fast, and that's why this is going fast. Speedy Gonzalez. Speedy. Okay. 13 minutes to finish this side and get the ends woven in. That is the goal. This is what I mean by like it's super fast. And I don't have to like find my stitches because they're all in chain spaces. So they're already like pretty easy to find. Okay, what do I do next after this? Pineapple or work on the Winnie the Pooh set? If I do the Winnie the Pooh set, I can probably have it done this week because they're baby clothes, so they shouldn't take long to make. And then I can ship this out on Friday. Actually, I have to go out this week anyways, so. But I'll have to ball up yarn, so I don't want to ball up yarn for the pineapple. And honestly, I did say I would have this done by the end of next week. So I'll ball up yarn tonight while I watch something. Then that'll be good for me. Then I can I could do that. Yeah. So we're gonna do the pineapple next. That's what I've decided. I'll have to grab the pattern and set it up, but I have the yarn ready. Yeah, I need to do that too. I'll probably do some tomorrow. Or tonight. I'm gonna be up late, so. Last few stitches. Seriously, I am. With 6 minutes to spare. So let's get this end woven in and then a little bit more in, and all good. All good. It is. Ends are woven in. It's all done. It's all done. I will hold it up for everyone to see. There it is. It's a nice, decent sized baby blanket. So, took me a week to make. I'm going to take a quick break because it has been an hour since I've done that. I'm gonna throw this in the wash, so my break might take me 5 minutes. So, yeah, finished object. Well, there's still some stuff I gotta do. I gotta wash it, block it, all of that stuff. But that stuff I'll do all off stream. So into the wash this will go. I'll be right back. We'll start the pineapple next. That's what I've decided. So I'll see you guys in a few. Okay, it's in the wash. Let's hope for the best. I tilted the camera back a little bit. I'm going to do it just a touch more so it's a little bit more centered. We're going to make the pineapple. I'm going to change the stream title. Pineapple plushie. So now I need to go through. This is a free pattern. Oh. It says my meds are ready for pickup. I'll pick those up later. So I need to, it's a free pattern. It's not a PDF. I do have to, it says to use a 3mm hook. You know what we're not doing? Or 3.5mm hook. You know what we're not doing is that. We're not using that either. We're going to use a 4 because I already crochet tight, so. Oh my God, I hate. How? Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. I don't like when there's no PDF, which sounds terrible. That being said, I have a way around this. I have basically I highlighted the entire pattern. I can't work from a web page. So I highlighted the entire pattern and I went to print selection and printed it or saved it as a PDF. When all else fails, I will make all else fails, I have a way of making a PDF, and that's what I did. So easy peasy. Front post treble, know what I'm doing. Front post treble 2 together. Okay, it didn't format very great, but chain 1 and turn at the end of each DC row. Chain 2 and okay, sure. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. The ball's not spinning in the bowl. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And now I have to single crochet I could have just foundation single crocheted, but whatever. Trying to do the nice start so that my edges are nicer for sewing. So these panels are worked flat. I'll make 2 of them. I think I should keep the web page open so that I can reference back to some stuff. I can do that. Good enough. Yeah, it didn't format very great in the PDF. Oh, it says I'm on row 0. I'm on row 1. I looked at this pattern a couple weeks ago and I said, I think I can do this. Again, this is not my strong suit. I'm going to end the YouTube stream, by the way.